this video on dashboards within Microsoft Dynamics 365 for Sales, we're going to cover off incorporating personal views into dashboards. Now, this is one in the series we've done specifically on dashboards. You can see links to others in the series below. Also, if you've got any suggested content ideas or you need any help with Microsoft Dynamics, please see the links below. So previously, we'd shown how to create your own dashboards, your own personal dashboards. And this is the example dashboard we created, Richard's test dashboard. And it was a 4-pane dashboard. And initially, we incorporated a couple of system charts and we incorporated a couple of system views to make up the dashboard. Now, in the last video, we covered off how you can create your own personal charts and incorporate those into the dashboard. So for completeness sake, I want to cover off how you can create your own personal views and incorporate those into a dashboard. Now, we've done a series specifically on personal views. We've also done a series, an in-depth series on the sort of advanced finding querying capabilities, and we go into things in a lot more detail than we can in this video. I just want to do a quick 2-minute primer, as I say, for completeness sake, on how you create a basic personal view. So I'm going to do that in the opportunities record, but this applies to any record type. And basically, when you're creating personal views, you can start from an existing view. Now, I've only got system views in here. If I had a personal view, it was indicated by a little person icon. I haven't created any of those as yet. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to create my personal view from the all opportunities view. And what I'm going to do as part of building that is I'm going to add some filters. And I'm going to add a filter, so I need to go to an operator and say I'm going to add a row to this. In other words, I'm going to base this filter on a field, and then I have to define what that field is. And the filter I want to use, I only want open opportunities, so I'm going to choose status. It's given me an operator. I could choose something different, but I'm happy with equals. And then I just need to choose the appropriate pick list value, which is open. And then I'm going to add another row or another field, and I'm going to say jump to ease. I want my estimated close date. I'm not going to accept the on operator. I will change that, and I'm going to say next 60 days. So I put in a value of 60. So I just want my view, my personal view, to show open opportunities that are expected to close in the next 60 days. I apply that now, and that narrows it down a bit. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change these columns a little bit. I'm going to get rid of email address. I'm going to get rid of actual close. I'm going to add a column called purchase process. So in order to do that, I can go to edit columns, and if I go to the fields I want to get rid of, you see as I rest my mouse on that, I get little 3 dots appear indicating there's a menu there. If I click on it, which when I click it on it, I can got the option to remove it, which I will do, and also do that with the actual close date. So remove that. But I do want to add a column, so I'm going to go to the Add a Columns button, click that. It's presenting me with all the fields on the opportunity record for me to choose from, but I've also got a related area, which means I can choose from fields held on associated parent records. I'm not going to go there. I'll say we covered a lot of this in depth in those in the advanced find series and views series. I'll provide links to both of those series in the notes below. And the field I'm going to add to it, I think, was purchase process, and I'll just select that. I'm just using standard Microsoft test data here, so it's quite a limited data set, in case you're wondering why we're choosing something slightly odd. And if I apply that, you can see then that has changed that view, certainly in terms of what columns are displayed. if I wanted to move things around, what I can do is drag and drop. Let's say I wanted to move that estimated close date to be one of the first columns. I can just drag and drop that and move that across. So let's say I'm happy now that I created the personal view that I wanted. What I can do now to save it is click on the down arrow alongside all opportunities there, or whatever view we're using as a starting point. Then I've got further down here the option to save as a new view, which is what I'm going to do. And I'm going to call that Richard test view. I'm going to save that, so that now appears. And you see when I click that now, we've now got a personal view as depicted by the person icon. So we've now created our personal view. Now to finish off, we said we'd incorporate that into our dashboard. So if we go back to my dashboard, we've got Richard's test dashboard here. If I wanted to change the dashboard, I can go to edit. That'll open that up. And what I'm going to do is not going to change the record type it's looking at. It's looking at opportunities, that's fine. I'm just going to click on that open opportunities, which was the old view I was using, but I'm going to substitute that with a personal view I have just created called Richard Test View. We'll OK that. I'm going to save that. And then we're going to close that. And we'll just refresh. See if that pops up. I'm just going to edit that again. There seems to be a little oddity creeping in on this today. I suspect there's been a very recent update that might have changed things slightly. But if I just OK that again, save, close, yeah, and there we have it. It now appeared. So I've now incorporated a personal view into my dashboard. So we've explained how to build, certainly in previous videos we've explained how to build a test dashboard, and now we've shown how you can create your own personal charts, and in this episode your own personal views, to effectively make sure that you're incorporating the information that you want, not necessarily what's available to you through a system view or a system chart. Anyway, hopefully that's been helpful in terms of sort of giving you the ability to create dashboards that meet your very specific needs. I'd say it's one in a series that we've done on dashboards. You can see links to others in the series below. Also, if you've got any suggested content ideas or you need any help with Microsoft Dynamics, please see the links below. Anyway, thank you very much for your time today. Hopefully see you again soon.